Hey guys, welcome back to Hollywood Needs Help. I'm your host Viv, and sadly, my partner Emmy will not be here today because she is on vacation. So today I will be talking about the next two episodes of Sofia the First Royal Magic without her. So the past couple days we have been doing we've been doing a podcast for every two episodes. So we did one for the mini episodes, and we did one for episode 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and today I will be doing 5 and 6. So let's get started. So first off, episode 5 starts with their family has a picnic, and Sofia is showing off her magic skills, and Amber becomes jealous of her, which I kind of find really stupid because we already went through that when she was jealous of her steal with her amulet. So I kind of feel like that was kind of unnecessary to redo that again. Um, so it was like they all had a picnic and they were all showing off their abilities. And Amber starts getting jealous because of Sofia and her amulet that she wants to learn magic too. So she borrows Sofia's wand and was trying to learn some spells, but she kept messing them up, and eventually she made these magical like statue horses come to life. So, I think it was kind of unoriginal because it's already happened with Princess Ivy when Amber got jealous and she took Sophia's amulet. But it was okay for one of the first episodes, but I kind of think they could have come up with something a little more original. The second part of that episode was when her friends Camila Zane and I forget the other girl's name, but they came over for a play date. And this episode I didn't really have a problem with because it didn't have to do with stealing an idea from the original, but it was just the girl with the butterfly wings really wants to impress Amber, which is, yeah, I get that she wants to do that, but I kind of thought it was kind of basic. I feel like they could have done a little better, but it ends up that she wants to show off her wings, and then she realizes Amber doesn't like bugs, so she was afraid to do it. But I think that episode was it was basic. I feel like they could have done something better, but I don't really have any complaints on that one. So episode 6 was the first half was they redid the flying derby thing. That's what got me. Um in one of the very first episodes of Sofia season 1, her and Minimus try out for the flying derby team, and Hugo is like, "You can't do it because you're a girl," and she does it, and she manages to get through it. And I feel like they just redid it. They redid the flying derby thing, except Minimus couldn't fly with her, like they wouldn't let her because it had to be a Charmswell horse, and she was having trouble with it because that horse wanted to fly really fast. I believe her name was Wildfire. And it kind of was upsetting because it they already did that episode. I feel like they're reusing a lot of plots from old episodes. And I don't know, it just kind of bothers me that they do that. Um, but eventually they managed to get through it. I feel like they're replacing Minimus. I mean, and Clover and all the other animals. Like, we don't see them that often. Like Clover, I haven't seen Clover in several episodes. Last time I saw him was at the picnic episode, episode 5. And that kind of bothers me because I feel like they're replacing Clover because he was in almost every episode beforehand. So that was kind of annoying. Um, but eventually she talks to Minimus, and Minimus tells her, like, encourages her, and so they eventually get through it, but like it still feels like they've used stuff, just without the people telling her that she can't do it. So the next part about that is part 2 of episode 6 is like, forget. Oh, so Prince Zane and Princess Saria, that's his sister, they're in magic class with Mr. Cedric, and I forget how it starts, but they were learning how to do a super strength potion, and Zarya added something to it to make it extra super strength, I believe. And yeah, it's not like they took anything from the original show, I don't think. But it's kind of like basic. But then Prince Zane gets jealous and he tries to outdo her because all his life people have been calling Zarya amazing and brilliant sister, and he kind of felt left out, I guess. So he tries to do that magic and he kind of failed. So he tries to impress Mr. Cedric by making a potion where he can turn anything into a sparkly emerald, which is okay for spell use, but he tried modifying it to make them extra sparkly, and when he did that, they turned into giant green monsters, which sounds like something that would be in an original storyline, but it's kind of basic. I feel like it could have had more to it. And so Zane has this magic mandolin, I believe. It's an instrument that can make people feel feelings. So eventually they use that to lure the goo monsters away and stop them, which it's basic, but I don't know. I feel like they could do better on the storylines, and I get that it's meant for a younger audience, but that also doesn't make sense. Like, the original show was from like 8 to 12-year-olds. I feel like they should have made it a sequel to the original show. Like, she's a protector and she saves the world. So that's what everyone thought it would be. And nope, they decided to ruin it. So that was upsetting. And I was rewatching the episode where they go to all the tents that show them all the different schools they could go to. And, like, at the end, when she made it so that you can, like, change the school you go to, she said she was going to go to Everrealm Academy with Amber and James, which also doesn't make sense. Because, one, I know she said she might change it later on, but I didn't think she'd change it that fast. It's kind of annoying. The original storyline was amazing. Honestly, I haven't watched season 1 and 2 in a very long time because I kind of like 3 and 4 better because they have more like a drama, fighting, action episodes. But it's really annoying when they take a wonderful show and they modify it and they make it for younger audiences. Like, I feel like they already have a ton of shows for little kids. Like, there's the Ariel show, and they have, what's it called? Mickey Mouse. And they have tons of other shows, like the Muppet Babies, and just a bunch of other shows that are meant for little kids. And I feel like they could make more shows for our age without them being like inappropriate or having them be woke. So I feel like they should have made the new Sofia for our audience and have her be protector. Kind of getting off topic, but back to the original. I don't like it that they're taking other storylines and changing them. Like, I feel like half the storylines from the episode 5 and 6 are from the original show. And come to think of it, I think the one girl trying to impress Amber has already been used with one of Sofia's friends from the village trying to impress Amber. Like one of those first episodes at the sleepover. I don't know. I haven't watched that one in a long time, but I feel like one of Sofia's friends tried to impress Amber in the original show. But I just think it's really upsetting that they're reusing storylines instead of coming up with brand new ones. And I wish they wouldn't replace Clover. It's sad because they've gone on so many missions together. Another thing is James is kind of creepy. He's got like a mohawk, and it's kind of weird. Not a mohawk, a mullet, and he does not have. I don't think he has the same voice actor, unless his voice just changed. Same for Amber. Amber's voice sounds way deeper in the new show than in the old one, which is kind of bothering, but so I don't really have as much to talk about since I'm by myself and Emmy's not here, but she should be back on next time when she's not back from vacation. So in the further episodes, I believe we have one more episode of Sofia the First, because there's 2 more episodes, episodes 7 and 8. So we'll do that. And then we have a special guest joining us for the next series, which will be all the live action Disney movies, which I have a lot to say for a lot of them. Like, we're going to do Snow White and Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Maleficent movies. We're going to do all the live actions, as many as we can. I don't know what we're going to do after those, but we know we have some stuff planned, and after we do Disney, we'll move on to another streaming platform. Oh, we're going to do the live action one. I can't wait for that to come out. But, so, I don't have as much to talk about anymore. Here's some ASMR. Enjoy that. This was some clay from inside of a balloon squishy my friend made me. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you come back for episode 5, and have a great, wonderful day. Bye, guys!